4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
2022 would come to an end in this cute little cabin in Idlewild. We didn't really even know these people, but yet we took the time and made friends with them to celebrate the end of 2022. We spent the time together and it was amazing. Idlewild became our place where we could say goodbye to 2022 and hello to 2023. Spending time in this cabin was awesome. And during the weekend, the snow had come in and kind of blanketed the area and kind of trapped us there for just a couple of days, which allowed us to kind of just sit and relax and be a little isolated to reflect upon the events of 2022. "2022 starts with the ending of the last video. We spent this time together in celebrating New Year's, and I ended up with COVID. But after that was all over, I worked from home and ventured out, saw Pioneer Town, which is near Joshua Tree. And when I could make it into town, and I could actually work on one of the jobs that I was working on. It was this big giant burn site where hand sanitizer had caught on fire. So my job was to oversee the cleanup of this. Got to go to some car shows with friends. This, I think, is my Porsche, unconfirmed. Went to the McCallum Theater in Palm Desert. Got to see a couple plays. Annette really likes concerts and plays. This girl. I got to meet Annette's friends. They came in from New York. We had a blast and immediately got along with we had so much fun together. We went to the Mission Inn, had some dinner, took some tours, and we retook one of the first photos that we ever took of each other. So while they were in town, we did some wineries, kind of walked through some of the street fairs in Palm Springs. We actually went to one of the best taco places that is named Shanghai Reds, but it's based on the San Pedro company, and it's actually located in the desert. Most of my time, I was still living with my folks, trying to take care of my mom and dad in their time of need. And if ever the universe had put me in the right place and the right time, this was it. On March 3rd, 2022, my father passed away. We mourned our loss, but we also celebrated all the things and memories that we had of him. Soon, a large collection of items that reminded us of him were assembled, and we laid him to rest. And less than a month and a few days later, my mom would follow him. Here lies a fisherman and the catch of his life. And like I said, 2022 was filled with extreme lows and extreme highs. I got to meet Annette's mom. This is getting serious. And I love this woman. We get along so well. By the same time, had some friends come over, went to a play. And of course, usually when they're in town, we go for a hike. It's a typical hike that we've made 100 times. And when I go up there, I always like to take a picture of like us at the overlook. And yeah, this time she was a little bit reluctant until she figured out there's an ulterior motive. Coming down the mountain, this right here is a happy man. And this woman is amazing. And with everything happening in 2022, did we forget Stagecoach? We bought tickets earlier in the year. Nope, we're going to Stagecoach. So we did a little bit of pre-partying. We actually hung out for a radio station here that was giving away tickets. We didn't win tickets. Already had tickets. We started off with a group of 4, but as time went by, we would only end up with 3 on the next day, and it would only be the 2 of us on the 3rd day. But we enjoyed every second of this event. And it was, all 3 nights was quite an achievement. And I gotta say, baby, I am head over boots for you. We celebrated birthdays, and we had some combined birthday parties.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rebecca. God. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Rebecca and Alyssa and John. Annette introduced me to some more of her friends, and we had lunch together. It was very nice time, very good people. And then we went to, but this is not a baseball game. You know what this is? This is actually Emily's graduation. Emily graduated with a degree in physical therapy, an MD. She is now Dr. Overturf. That's Dr. Overturf to y'all. And I'm very proud of her. And if I can do anything in this video, it would be to thoroughly embarrass her, which would be great. I know that there were 2 very important people that missed this. And Emily was a little sad about that, but still, this is an achievement to celebrate. The task of going through all this stuff was immense, and my goal was to just basically sort through and move as much as possible each day, and still make room to have some time, to have some fun, and for Annette and I to connect. We went to an Angels game. I think this was one of Annette's first Angels games. Not her first baseball game, but her first Angels game. We went to the Strawberry Festival, where there's this giant chair, or did Annette actually shrink? I don't know. We had these East Coast, West Coast hats. I'm not sure why we didn't buy those. Got Annette this dress in the window. The girls celebrated my birthday, and they took me to a nice brewery where I think I may have got lost, and thank goodness I didn't have to drive home. It was kind of like, it was a fantastic time. I got some really cool new koozies. These are my favorite NASCAR driver, and that's all it is. There's nothing else to it. weird conspiracy theorist. For my birthday, Annette took me to Idlewild for one of our first trips up there. And obviously they have a Idlewild brew pub, which was very popular with me. You know, we enjoyed the little town. We did some hiking. We stayed in this adorable little cabin, which was very small but very complete. And it had a little fireplace. It was too hot in season to use it. But we toured the town, got to meet the mayor of Idlewild. This was the official mayor. Did some sightseeing and hiking, and just thoroughly enjoyed our stay. Nothing would be complete without some wine and despite how it seems, Annette was quite impressed with me there. So we played some card games and we went to a winery. I like beer and Annette likes wine, so we shared our spirits together. And at the end of the trip, we had some nice coffee. This was one of our first trips together as an engaged couple, and by far one of the most memorable experiences of my life. Back to reality. Had to close some storages and then, of course, go ahead and reopen a larger storage for all the stuff that we needed to move out of the house. The den was an enormous task. 4th of July weekend, we spent at the little cove in Laguna Beach and spent some time with some new friends the day before the 4th of July. You know, had a little bit of a picnic going on here. And then the 4th of July, we stayed over and got to spend some time in the nice pool. Did some appreciative decorating for Lindsay and Steve. Helped prepare some of the meals. And Stephen did all the cooking. And we really just enjoyed the 4th of July with these two friends. We wrapped up the 4th of July by having a nice big barbecue and kind of all sat together and told stories and had a lot of fun. I loaded up some of my dad's very nice Naughty Pine furniture, and there was quite a bit of it around the house. And this part was kind of an emotional part of the year. We spent a lot of time packing and giving a lot of stuff away and cleaning out the rooms. And this is essentially my childhood home room when I was a kid. Empty now. Cleared out a lot of my mom and dad's stuff. And this was a very sad time. Went to see some live music with friends. My friend Tom and Angel here, essentially having to do the same thing with their house. The story of 2022 would not be complete if I didn't mention all of the board games that Annette and I played together, including card games and cribbage and poker and speed. Too many to mention. Finalized the cleanup of that giant sanitizer burn site that I was working on. Here we are doing some of the decon. Rebecca got us a play, and we all went together. We went to see Hadestown, which was an amazing event. Thank you, Becca. This was amazingly cool. Had some celebratory dinners at a Mediterranean restaurant. Just ignore that evil guy on the picture behind me. Annette and I went to the pageant of the Masters, essentially recreating what was our first date, which was very nice. We had a little bit better tickets this time, a little closer seats, so we could actually see the amazing ability for this great piece of art and relive some fond memories. Here's a picture of me eating sushi. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. And as the house got more and more empty and we got it cleaned up, it kind of got sadder and sadder, with the den now being just kind of a storage area for pieces that we wanted to take. Shout out to our realtor, Daniel Flemmel. Very good job. Got us a good price. Went to some more plays and essentially went to to more and more nice dinners together. Annette and I, at this time, were still essentially living apart until the house sold. And then I didn't really have a place to live, so we moved in together at her place, which was in Palm Desert. And of course, Palm Desert is known for lots of concerts, so we took advantage of all the nice concerts that are there. And this little place became our new home together. And it was actually quite a nice little place. It was very close to lots of activities and restaurants and just walking distance from almost everything. It was very luxurious, had a nice pool. We spent a lot of time swimming here and there, especially when it was hot. The dogs really loved it. And by loved it, I mean they liked to sleep there a lot. No, I'm just kidding. They got lots of walks too. When the house was finally empty, there was a sad realization that there would be this moment where you would have to close the door and lock it and walk away for the very last time. This brought back memories of 2021, where essentially the same events happened, where you would have to walk away from something for the last time, forever. And sadness would strike us one more time before the end of 2022, when we had to have our beautiful golden retriever, which had been a part of my kid's life for so long, we had to have her put to sleep. The last victim of 2022. Rest in peace, Cassie. You were the best dog ever. Annette and I returned to Nashville to essentially place the furniture in its final destination, my dad's furniture that we had sent. We placed the furniture in these U-Haul shipping containers, and they arrived, and when we were ready to unload them, they were ready at the house. My dad's furniture, it matches the floor coloring and everything perfectly in this little house. This house is located about an hour outside of Nashville. We got some used couches for the living room, put some TVs up, some of my dad's furniture, got a washer and dryer. These are also used, but in great condition. We recovered some of the furniture to make it look a little bit more country. And then we returned to Nashville to spend one final night there, and we went to Painter's Alley, and we kind of got lost in the music and the whiskey and the good times and some amazing memories here. Definitely some stories to tell that will probably remain untold. Thanksgiving we had at my sister's house, and it was nice to be able to get together as much of the family as possible, which was a very nice and welcome relief and break and celebration of everything that we had basically gone through in 2022 as a family. For Christmas, Annette and I put up a nice little tree, and we went to Idlewild to basically a little day trip to kind of walk around and do some shopping. We met the real Santa Claus, and he was very generous with his gifts. We met the local jackass, and then there's also Annette there with a donkey. And for Christmas, Emily also had a Christmas cookie day at her condo with Alex, and this was actually quite amazing. We didn't take a lot of pictures there. For New Year's, we were back in Idlewild, and essentially we are returning to the beginning of this video.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
2022 was both awful and wonderful. But in doing these videos, I kind of realized that it's really important to just go with the flow and let the universe take you where it is supposed to take you.
I don't see it.
Are you ready to say cheese?
I'm ready to say cheese.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, see, does
I
that look
can't
like-
see it. It disappears
There's
on camera.
trees right there, so it's on the other side. It does
Over
disappear.
there?
It's right over there.
Oh.
Right behind us. Actually, it's there.
Huh. Yeah, I've been filming the whole thing.